So it eventually happened. Zebec recently announced how USD1, or should I say World Liberty's USD1, is now live across the Zebec ecosystem. I'll get into that in today's video, even though nothing I say is financial advice, and I'm not telling anyone to do anything. Now, this is pretty impressive because if we take a look at it, the Zebec ecosystem, it's not so massive in the grand scheme of things, but you want to know something that is pretty massive? That's USD1. It's currently ranked, by the way, 20th in the world in terms of market cap. And that's considering like all the projects within this space, it's ranked 20th as of right now when it comes to this space in terms of market cap. That's in the case of USD1. It's literally one of the biggest stable coins out there in the world. I'm not joking. Again, just take a look at the charts, right? Or should I say the rankings? And again, if we take a look at USD1 now being live on the Zebec ecosystem, or should I say across the Zebec ecosystem, that is so impressive, and it showcases that not only is Zebec's partnership with World Liberty still ongoing, but it also showcases that it's a pretty strong relationship too, because it's been going on for quite a while now. Other partnerships out there when it comes to this space, typically, it happens and then a couple months later they have a falling out, but that's typically not how Zebec does things. And I just haven't seen it here. So I do like seeing that. It's kind of breaking this pattern, right? Where a lot of other projects out there, they have partnerships, and then a couple months later, we don't really hear about it. And then suddenly it's like, oh yeah, we don't do it anymore. It's like, how does that make sense? You just announced it. But when it comes to Zebec, that's not what they're doing. So I do like seeing that. Now, we also have to take this into consideration. This could very well have a sort of snowball effect in a sense where, okay, maybe as of right now, we see USD1 recently be announced that, hey, it's live across the Zebec ecosystem. But what happens if this is a catalyst for more things to go live on the Zebec ecosystem moving forward? We don't know, right? Sometimes it could create this snowball effect. It's like, for instance, let's say someone gets a job at a good place, and then they put it on their resume, of course, and then they apply to a different job. Now, that one builds on top of the resume, right? And then they get this other job, builds the resume again, and then again and again. So it just kind of builds it. It's no different here. So I do like seeing this. And again, who knows what could go live on the Zebec ecosystem as a result of this? Sometimes we don't think about this, but this could very well lay down the groundwork, in my opinion. This could very well be one of the key foundational pieces for Zebec moving forward. And if anything, this is only going to help Zebec's adoption moving forward because Zebec, again, it's not the most massive thing out there. I mean, I'm a fan of it, but it's just not too massive as of right now. It's not even top 100 as of right now when it comes to market cap within this space. So it still has a lot to do. And again, having something like USD1 be live across the Zebec ecosystem, that's a step in the right direction to, have more popularity and more attention. This could indirectly, again, give more exposure to Zebec. So it's pretty impressive. And if we think about it, World Liberty Markets, it just recently went live on the Zebec Super App. So again, Zebec has been doing a lot of things as of late. I think sometimes people don't consider this. And also on top of that, we've already seen the desktop version of the Super App. We're so close as of right now to seeing maybe the mobile version of the Super App, because now the Super App, in terms of the mobile version, it's pending approval with the Play Store and the App Store. So again, if that gets approved, then we see the Super App when it comes to the mobile version, just as everyone thought that, oh, they're done with it, they're not going to pay attention to it anymore. Well, they're still caring about it. So again, that seems pretty impressive to me. And also on top of that, we have to consider, okay, yeah, when it comes to Zebec as of right now, hasn't really done much in terms of the price charts. Market cap is still around 220 million. So it hasn't really done much of anything ever since my last video. But at the same time, like seeing USD1 be live across or should I say go live across the Zebec ecosystem, what that's going to do is that it's going to lay down, again, the groundwork for Zebec for many years to come. So it goes far beyond a 24-hour or 48-hour or 72-hour price movement. It goes far beyond that. And we have to consider as well, what is amazing when it comes to USD1 now being live across the Zebec ecosystem is that it's potentially going to impact the way payroll operates when it comes to Zebec, because that's one of Zebec's main focus, right? Payrolls. And now seeing USD1 be live across the Zebec ecosystem, who knows? Some people out there, maybe they want to do their payroll, maybe they want to use USD1. So now they can do that hypothetically through the Zebec ecosystem. Now, not to mention as well, when it comes to the Zebec cards, right? This could also play a role as well, because now USD1 is literally live across the Zebec ecosystem. So it could make an impact when it comes to the Zebec cards as well. Now, people like to say, but no one really cares about the cards or anything like that when it comes to Zebec. No one cares about the payrolls. But I disagree with that. Did you know that actually, based on their latest monthly volume report, Zebec literally was doing tens of millions of dollars in volume when it comes to their cards. And actually, when it comes to their payroll side of things, it was also doing tens of millions of dollars in volume. And then furthermore, they have over 200 payroll enterprise clients. So again, Zebec is no slouch when it comes to that department. And again, the fact that the market cap as of right now is over 2 times lower in terms of its market cap peak in 2025, it kind of showcases that things are becoming better fundamentally, yet things are becoming lower. It's becoming cheaper. How does that make sense? Well, sometimes I do see that when it comes to the space. But, you know, I'm not going to complain. After all, I'm still only dollar cost averaging once every approximately 30 days anyways. But you know what? I'm not going to complain about this, but I'm not telling anyone to do anything. However, at the same time as well, if we take a look at Zebec, the amount of holders has been steadily increasing. I'm not joking. We're almost at 109,000 holders. Let's just let that sink in. When the Stellar partnership was first announced, or should I say shortly before that, Zebec was hovering at around 90,000 holders. Now people like to say, but they announced the Stellar partnership years ago. That's not true though. The Stellar partnership, like a full-on partnership with Stellar, was announced literally this year. So it just recently happened. So if we think about it, in just 2026 alone, we saw the amount of holders go from around 90,000 to now almost 110,000. That's an increase of almost 20,000 in 2026 alone. So again, sure, some people are leaving when it comes to this, but some people are also entering. That's a thing. It's like, for instance, if someone sells something at a store, I mean, okay, they're selling it, someone else is buying it though. However, nonetheless, seeing how USD1 recently got announced in terms of how it's live across the Zebec ecosystem, massive victory when it comes to Zebec, and I think it's a pretty positive step in the right direction. Hopefully, hypothetically, but yeah, we'll wait and see. I'll be sure to make more updates moving forward though when it comes to Zebec, but I just wanted to make this video to quickly recap and showcase that, you know, that recent announcement, it was actually pretty massive and it eventually happened. Everyone thought, oh, you know, it's not going to happen, but eventually it did. So that's why I titled this video, you know, it eventually happened, just because a lot of people were kind of doubting it, but now we're seeing it. But yeah, I want to say thank you so much for watching, and I hope you all have a very amazing day. It's been Lee the Captain. I'm out. Peace. Bye.